You pray. Very, very good book. Okay, I would recommend this that you read it, and it's really easy to follow. And hi guys, hello everyone. Hi, welcome to my channel. It's me, Ogechi. Welcome. So for this video, I'm going to be doing a quick recommendation of book that I think you should at least try and read this Lent period. If you don't know yet, we are in Lent as Christians, and if you're not fasting, I would definitely advise that at least you start doing something more godly in regards to at least filling yourself with spiritual knowledge about God, and I guess the way Christians view it. Way Christians view it. So there is a book I would like to recommend to you, and it's called When You Pray. This is the book. Okay, When You Pray is a book by Joanna Collicutt, as it says it there. And this book I bought it 4 years ago, if not five, but like about 3 to 4 years ago, one of those period. And I read this through, and I found it very helpful and very interesting in the way it breaks down and reflects on the Bible and on the Lord's Prayer. So this book is a daily Bible reflection for Lent and Easter on the Lord's Prayer. So we're looking at the whole Our Father, and Joanna breaks it down into different sections and explains in her own reflections what this means. And one thing I love about this book is that it has prayers at each reflection that we can look into, and it also starts with the Bible quote on which one that he is reflecting on. And in each week that we reflect, we look at the Sunday of that week, from Sunday to Monday, Sunday to Saturday of that week. We look at each one on what that means. So I'll give you a brief description of what the book is about. So at the back of the book, it says that this book arises from my increasing awareness. This is Joanna talking. My increasing awareness that the Lord's Prayer contains all that Christians really need to know. It is the very essence of the Bible, the gospel. My prayer is that you, as the person that is reading it, will have a sense of great privilege that has been granted to us as Christians, holding this precious gem, which is the Lord's Prayer, to us, and being able to delight in its radiance, play with its facets, plumb its depths, gain a sense of peace and security from its touch, and in doing so, deepen your awareness of our union with Christ. So she has commentaries that is in the book, and her reflection as well. And I will tell you what each verse contains. So for each verse, so let's say, for example, the content of the book looks a bit like this. It's in the best of the weathers, but whatever. The content of the book looks like this. It has the introduction, and she tells you obviously about her and her reflection in terms of writing this book. And she dedicates this to Sophia. Oh, I'm guessing it's a family member. I don't know. So the first week, which is the Ash, before we get to the first week, it talks about the Ash Wednesday, which is already gone and past. But it looks at the first week of Lent, and then it breaks it down to the Our Father. The second week, we look at the part where it says, "May your name be holy." In week 3, it talks about your kingdom come. In week 4, it says, "Give us each day our daily bread." Week 5, it says, "Forgive us our sins as we forgive others." Then after that, we go into the Holy Week, and it says, "Do not put us to test." And then we look at the Easter reflection, and that one is titled, "Remember How He Told You." And then it has questions for group discussions and further readings. So the group discussion will be really good if you do these things, like if you do have groups that you manage, a Christian group that you manage. So one thing I like about it is just that it didn't just focus on one reflection. It literally, in each week, he she really breaks it down in depth on what this means. And I like the way she has personal touches to it, because she has stories of I think in one of the stories she talks about how her mother, I can't remember, her mother, when dinner is finished, it says like dinner is finished, and then they run to the house to come and eat. So I think guess what he's talking about, give us our daily bread and stuff like that. So she has some personal stories that really gives you a different insight and touch to it, that it makes it very relatable to you. So for what is my thing about why I like this book, as I mentioned, it has personal touch to it with her own life stories, and very relatable as well. Secondly, it's easy to read. And when I mean like I finished this book, I mean I'm not the type of person that reads lots of religious book, but this book I finished it very quickly. At least I followed it through within that month. Like I followed it as you did it, and it was really good. And if I didn't read it during the week, I read it in the weekend. So, and then because of the way she breaks down the book, it's very, very, very easy to follow and understand what she's talking about, because she also puts Bible quotes that are there. So she reminds you where she's getting her reflection from in each one. Um, yeah, seriously, like I can't recommend this book enough. I really like it. I'm going to start reading it again, because it was about 4 years ago that I read it throughout, and I haven't really delved into it again. So for this Lent period, I brought it out to read again along with other books, which you can find in my recommendation video, where it's called Preparing for Lent. I recommend books and other Christian books that you can actually use, and including Divine Mercy prayers and other things. So when you pray, a very, very good book. Okay, I would recommend this, that you read it, and it's really easy to follow, and give to your children as well. It's not just for adults. Literally anyone can follow this book. That's how easy it is to read and just indulging, and it's very interesting. That's why I read it throughout, to be honest. So on that note, I'll say thank you, and hopefully you read this book, and tell me what you think about it, if you've read it before. If not, then still read, find it in the books. I bought this. Where did I buy this? I bought it at a charismatic conference that we had that year that I bought it. So it was in a charismatic conference. But I guess you can find it. Try and find it online. You'll definitely be able to order it. She's a UK writer, so you should be able to find her. All right. On that note, thank you very much. Bye. Oh, sorry. I don't know about the price. I can't remember how much I purchased it. Maybe about £10 or so. I really can't remember. Oh no, £7.99. Woohoo! Lies. £7.99. Cheap. Affordable. With precious messages that will enrich your life throughout. £7.99. That's the thing. So on that note, again, bye bye, and take care. See ya. And please try and do something for East Lent. Bye.